What's up, everybody? Welcome to Observe and Proceed, where I observe, then proceed to react. And today I got a police pursuit that went down in LA where the driver was trying to trick the police like he came out and gave up, then proceeded to go back in the vehicle and keep driving. He was trolling hard. I think he was under the influence. Actually, I'm pretty positive he was. But yeah, it was a crazy, entertaining chase. We're going to get right to it. But first, I want to thank all my subscribers and everyone that's been liking the videos. I highly appreciate you. And if you could do that for me real quick, I appreciate you too. Anyway, let's get into this police chase.
We have some breaking news right now. The LAPD with a pursuit.
Let's go to Mike Rogers on the desk monitoring the situation down below. Mike?
Yeah, so what we're watching right now, it's the black BMW. These are 211
BMW,
suspects, which is a
of
robbery
course.
suspect. You see the LAPD right behind it. I'm trying to tell what division that is. It looks like it's Olympic division.
Never
that is
trust a
chasing this car
BMW
right now.
driver.
So again, armed robbery, or sorry, 211. We don't know if it's an armed robbery, just the robbery suspect here.
Oh, is he trying to do a
Olympic
pit?
division.
Oh,
maneuver,
pit maneuver
Mike.
right off the
Oh, look
bat.
at that.
Pit
Dang.
maneuver. That was
Parked
quick.
car. That was
Oh, wow. So now that they're doing pit maneuvers in LA, stuff like this happens. There's a lot of cars everywhere. Just random cars are going to get damaged. Look at that. He pit maneuvered him right into some parked cars. If those cars don't have uninsured motorists, they're paying out of pocket for that. So that's foul. That's not a good place to pit maneuver him. But yeah, like, this is why they weren't doing it. They were getting sued for stuff like this.
Quick.
Maneuver, Mike.
Chasing. Oh, look at that.
So he did that.
maneuver. That was
Parked
quick.
car. That was quick. All right,
No
so we'll see.
messing
It was
around
supposed to be
here.
occupied 3 times. We'll see how many people get out of it.
You know, it's not often, Mike, that we
Looks
see
boxed
a pit
in right
maneuver
here.
on a busy street like this in terms of, you know, the cars being parked on either side of the road.
Yeah, no, that was really good. That was
And
a
by
very
the
good.
LAPD, Mike.
And by the LAPD, it was a very good pit maneuver. They must have had that opportunity just right. This was pretty fresh. We had just gotten overhead. This pursuit had not gone on for very long before they ended up in this position. Window is down. We see that person have his arm out, not necessarily opening the door like they would want him to. It looks like he may be having some words
back in the
and forth with those
day,
officers.
people would get
I'm gonna ask Oliver if
shot
he can put up
for
the map
doing
tracker
this
here so
and
we
not
can see exactly
complying.
where this came to an end. But we are basically just to the
But-
west of the downtown Los Angeles. Thanks, Venice and Bonnie Bray.
You know,
Venice
since
and
all the
Bonnie Bray is where this
since
came to an
we
end.
criticized the
Once again?
police
This
so
was a
much,
robbery
they got
suspect.
defunded
Do you know
for
if this
doing
person is
that.
armed?
We don't know.
They don't do
It
that no
originally
more.
came out as just what they called. They were in pursuit of 211 suspects. Generally, if they were believed to be armed,
So
they
this
would have
guy's
put it out
gonna
as an
talk
armed
all his
211.
crap.
We haven't heard that, but again,
He's gonna taunt them. He's gonna do
was
whatever
up.
he
We were
wants.
heading
He's
to
not
fireworks,
complying.
And this happened kind of all.
They're
at
not
the same
gonna
time
shoot
right
him.
underneath of us. So we're working on getting exactly. You know, was this fresh? Was it a? They picked up a license plate. What were the circumstances here? Regardless, though, you look at this person who is clearly not following the directions of officers. He's trying to negotiate with them. He's talking to them. Hopefully, he just opens the door and gets out. But at this point, he's not done that just yet. You see,
He
him
thinks
moving
he's
around
in
a
the
lot.
right,
We had
too.
initially heard
Yeah,
that
that's
there may have been
wild.
more than one person in the car as well.
Yeah, we are looking at the guy in the car there, the driver, making a lot of hand motions. At least Mikey is keeping his hands up out and above where the officers can see him. But as you were saying, there's lots of conversation going on, perhaps some sort of negotiations of sort. But at this point, that pit maneuver, which happened just as we came over this pursuit here of these robbery suspects, very successful. And Mike, I'm sure once we replay it, we can see it again. But I'm wondering if that car actually hit any of the cars parked on the side of the street there.
Yeah,
Of course
he did.
they
The
did.
passenger's
What, were
front
you
side, I think
watching?
he hit both of them. That
These
silver, I think that's a
newscasters,
Nissan,
man,
or
they-
that
they
gray
say
Nissan
the,
that's right
like,
there.
the most,
It looked like he kind of slid
like,
sideways
brain
into
dead
it. I think
comments.
he ended up hitting both of them. So, thankfully they were parked. There was no pedestrians right in the area. I mean, that primary officer really took the right opportunity to
What
try
if that
to get
was
in
your
there
car?
and do this pit maneuver and bring this to an end.
Come on.
We're hearing, and as we can kind of tell, the driver is uncooperative at this point. Looks like he's got a cigarette.
He put
or
a
something else
cigarette in
hanging
his
out of
mouth or a
that he's
blunt?
smoking. But these officers are trying to get him to
Light
come
it
out.
up.
What is that? Oh, he's lighting it. There he goes. Okay. So yeah, he does have something in his mouth that he just lit, either
Just
a
doesn't
cigarette or
care.
something else. But not obviously the move that the LAPD wants this person to make. He wants them to, they want him to get out and surrender and all of those things. And again, we're working on kind of clearing this up. But
And they don't know if he has a weapon, so they're not even going to go up to the car.
None of the other people have gotten out either, so we don't know exactly what the status is or if this guy is actually the only person. But certainly they want him to get out. He's got his hands out the window. He's halfway complying, but not quite all the way, which would be to fully get out of the car.
Yeah, that's the interesting part, Mike. His hands are showing. He looks like he's complying. He's communicating with officers. The window is rolled down. Why isn't he getting out of the car,
Yeah,
Suze?
it's a
What
good
do you
question.
think?
What is he hiding?
now
Does he have an issue
climbing
of
out?
getting
Yeah.
out? Right. I mean, sometimes that can be the issue. It looks like he's like showing them that I can't open this door.
That's
You know,
stupid.
that's how he was kind of signaling, like, I can't do that.
There's no damage
It looks
to his
like he's
side of the
smoking his
vehicle. He can
cigarette
open it
and
from
has
inside.
both hands,
That's
as
not it.
Juan was alluding to, out the window, and that's the instructions that
Smoking a
police officers will
cig,
give you
talking
with
to
their
the
guns trained.
cops
They will say to you,
that are pointing all these guns at
put
him
your,
that they're not going to
throw your
shoot.
keys out the window, put your hands where we can see them
Looks
out
like the
the window.
seatbelt is still on too, Suze. Look at that.
Yeah, you're supposed to take off your seatbelt and open the door from the outside and walk towards them. So if he's not complying, maybe just having a cigarette break before he actually does so, you know, you don't know why, but it makes you wonder what he's doing.
He is aggressively smoking that cigarette, Mike, as our
course
Desmond
he
Shaw
is.
likes to say, the last cigarette before he's taken into custody.
Might not be
tonight,
the
right?
last
Final
one.
freedom cigarette.
Yeah, look at that.
You know, I played back the video, and I don't know if we can show it to our viewers as well of the pit maneuver, but they did pit him on the right side of your screen is where you're going to see it here. They pit him on the driver's side. On the driver's rear side is where they pit him, and you'll see the car kind of spin around as he comes around the bus right there. He's actually going to, it's going to be a second. He's going to make a turn. The video is...
He's getting out the car. Let's go back to the main video.
He does make the turn down the street, and that's where the pit maneuver happens. So they were able to spin him around. I didn't see the officer's car make any contact with the driver's door to make it... Oh, no, look, the driver's door is open now.
You see him getting ready for it there on the left side.
Yeah, here, the
Here
pit
goes
street
the
coming
pit, Mike,
right
right
there.
there.
And it was kind of a longer pit.
It's turning that
Yeah,
car
you see him
around,
spinning
yeah.
around right there.
And he did hit those two cars, Mike.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
weren't watching
absolutely.
like
Left
when
side
he
of your
did
screen, those
that.
live pictures. That driver's door is open. It does look like he's got 1 foot out. Here comes hopefully the other
comes the
foot.
troll that
There
I
we go.
saw.
Hands
This
are
is
up.
what
They're
I
walking
saw.
away from the car.
This part right
which is,
here.
you know, the best scenario here. You didn't want this to drag on and do an hours long, you know,
Still has
kind
a
of
cig in
standoff
his mouth.
situation,
That's
which
funny.
unfortunately these pursuits sometimes do. So he's going to. Well, shouldn't be doing that. They don't go. Got to put the license plate back in. Yep.
He
Can't
picked up
forget
the
that.
license plate, got back in the
Oh,
car.
just getting
Pulled the
back in.
fast one.
Changed
Oh, and
his
he's trying to
mind.
drive away.
He
Some
changed
rim
his
fell off the
mind.
other
Look at that.
car.
He put it in reverse.
You know, here
He's
we
still
were thinking
stuck.
that maybe a second person might get
Oh,
out of this
no.
car.
This
We're
is
not
not
sure
good.
if there
This is
are
not good.
accomplices in
See,
this
this is
car,
when you
but,
should shoot out the
you know, we
tires.
thought for sure we had this person.
Yeah, he duped him.
Did you hear
and-
that? Something happened in the newsroom. It was like, oh, someone fell. Look at it.
Out of this
no.
car.
Listen to
We're
this.
This is
not
not
sure
good.
if there
This is
are
not good.
accomplices in this car, but you know, we thought for sure we had this person.
Yeah, he duped him.
The newscasters
and,
are
picked up that
goofy, man.
license plate that was on the ground.
Oh, look, and
at
this guy, he came in too late to try to like pit him in. Way too late. You saw him doing that, and then why would you do that when he's already going? Like, you saw what he was gonna do. You guys were just standing around watching.
Now he is off again, taking off. LAPD is going to be back in pursuit of
He
this
does
guy.
not respect
After
him.
that really successful pit maneuver, he was able to maneuver and continue on and keep going.
Soon as he came
And
out, they
going
should have
and
just
going
rushed
and
him.
going down the street here.
That's all they
Venice
should have done.
Boulevard and Constance Street. You
his
got that
hands up.
Olympic unit that's right behind him again as this pursuit continues. You know, I definitely
Should have
thought
had the
he was going to
K9
surrender.
ready.
I didn't think he was going to get out of that one. That certainly was not the case. I do want to let our viewers know we are headed towards downtown Los Angeles, and at this point, there is a Dodger TFR. There are flight restrictions up for the Dodgers, so we won't be able to follow this unless he, you know, comes back north or changes his position. We won't be able to follow it. That is the freeway, the 110 freeway that he is going under right now as he is making his way into downtown. And look at this, that LAPD cruiser looks like he kind of wants to do another pit maneuver. We'll see if that happens. Speed's a little too high right now. Wrong side of the road. You got some construction cones going on, and this is going to be as far as SkyCal is going to be able to fly as a result of this. So as long as he keeps going straight, we'll be able to follow him for a little bit. You know, hopefully he turns, but downtown is getting obviously much more crowded down there. The helicopters are going to have issues. Now, well, he wanted to make the turn. That's a one-way street, though. Thought better of it. Wrong side of the road, though, still, as we come down here to Venice and Flower, you guys.
Well, you know, we talk about these flight restrictions, Mike. You know, the fact that we can't fly over when they have a Dodgers game, and those restrictions are in place for a reason. But
All right, well, let's fast
you know,
forward.
The instructions of the officer.
Here, and what's interesting, Mike, but still, there was that
Here we
spot
go.
behind him, the empty spot where he was able to back out and leave. And we know basically officer placement is very specific when you're basically cornering a suspect.
Yeah, I mean, it's really critical. And, you know, you have to weigh so many options here, right? Because you've got to make sure the officers are safe. You have to make sure that they're not putting themselves in harm's way. But ideally, you would want to block that person in so that they can't maneuver.
Just really interesting because, he was not cooperative when they first stopped him, right? He started having some kind of words back and forth, when the
Gas
officers were yelling
station.
their orders to, get out of the
just
car.
to get
He
around.
wasn't getting out of the car initially. And then he did, eventually.
Yeah.
He did. And then he started following their orders and walking backwards as they'd like you to do, with your hands behind
We've
your
seen
back.
that. We've
We've
seen
got a
that
significant
lately.
amount of time before
And as we were mentioning earlier, just you can see the
downtown LA. So, the
They
car,
lost him.
I don't know if
Couldn't
Ollie
follow
can
him.
slide his way back to the west a little bit, but we'll probably see him pop out on that street right there. So they got out of the car.
And then again, twice.
All right, there he
pulling
is.
fast
There he
ones
is.
Twice.
Yeah.
On the LAPD. Again, I'm going to repeat what I said earlier.
Stop repeating
Oftentimes you do
yourself.
see
Like,
these
we-
pursuit
we've been
suspects
watching.
Stay
He's
inside their
got
cars.
nothing to say. They
and
gotta
pretend
keep
like they're
talking
gonna
on
make a
air.
stop and do so for a while. But then again, you see them take off. But this is the first time that I can tell you that I've seen a person actually get out of the car and then take off again twice.
And we're doing this loop. This is now the second time we've come around this area. And we'll see if he makes another southbound turn, which is what he did just a couple of seconds ago. So we've been in and out of this area. There he is again. So now we're just doing circles around this block of streets. Oh. Oof. That officer pulled out in front. I don't think
I have
think he
no
saw them.
idea why
This would be
he's-
a great time for
he's-
LAPD to do
that-
spikes,
he thought that was gonna
and
work.
toss something out. I mean, this guy's gone in the same direction over and over and over again. Pit
Hit.
maneuver. There we go. So
Right
there's
into the
another
bum
pit.
community.
Now if they can box
The
him
homeless
in,
community
nope,
on Skid
he's gonna
Row.
wave, he's gonna get out of.
Oh, he got
There's
through.
pedestrians everywhere.
He got
so
through.
now we're doing the reverse. Now we're back northbound here.
Made some bumper cars and got
I
through.
can't tell if the car's spinning out. They may have gotten a good spike. That car looks like it's kind of fishtailing there a
Wobbling
little bit.
Huh.
I didn't think there would be a strike three, but this
Yeah.
took off and was able to get away. Hopefully they
Yeah.
didn't spike him and that these tires are slowly losing some air.
Right, that's the hope. Now we're back westbound. I think that's on 5th Street there as we come back through this intersection. So the LAPD definitely getting more aggressive kind of in their tactics.
Oh,
A
he almost
pedestrian
ran that
there
guy
in the
over.
crosswalk as this guy comes back southbound now on Los Angeles Street from 5th and crossing in through 6th. Wrong side of the road. More pedestrians there in the crosswalk as he approaches this red traffic light. Through it. The officers are through it. You see how many officers are behind this. And at this point, they're really invested in getting this guy to stop and pull over. And this whole theatrics of him stopping and going and stopping and going, at least for the moment, has subsided as he continues to run pretty hard as we come through the south end of downtown Los Angeles here on Los Angeles Street through 8th Street. Now, the LAPD helicopter is overhead. A reminder for our viewers, SkyCal is at a distance because of Dodger game flight restrictions that are happening. So we're doing our best to keep up with it. But the LAPD on the ground is doing a really good job of keeping up with it. They are right on this person's tail here as he goes through downtown. Of course, a
But,
busy Friday
they're
night,
not really
another red light that he's approaching,
effective.
and another red light that he is kind of
They're
blowing
really
right
not.
through. Those
He's
officers
getting
at least
through
slowing
whatever
down a
they're
bit to
throwing
clear
at
the
him.
intersection before they move through it here. But continuing to do this. Remember, this started in Olympic Division. Olympic Division roughly is the area of Koreatown for the LAPD. So they are kind of, still roughly around that area, but in the downtown LA area now. We have seen at least 2 pit maneuvers. He has gotten out of both of them. That first pit maneuver, though, he actually got out, looked like he was going to surrender and kind of juked the cops. He got out, picked up his license plate that was on the ground, kind of pointed to it, said, I'm just going to toss this in the car here, and then jump back in and took off. Since then, we have seen him get out of the car, yell at officers, get back in, and take off. Now, as we approach 12th Street here in the downtown LA area, as
he's
we
not
wrap
even
up
going
CBS
that
LA at
fast,
8,
honestly.
we'll be starting CBS LA at 9 here on KCAL 9, but these officers continuing to chase this person. Speeds have been kind of all over the place. There's been times where he goes very quickly. There's been other times where he slows down, but we are continuing to kind of monitor this chase as we enter the southern end of downtown LA. He'll be approaching the 10 freeway here pretty quickly.
And you are watching now CBS LA at 9. I'm Rudabeh Shabazi along with Mike Rogers, and we are watching a pursuit over downtown Los Angeles. This is a robbery suspect. And Mike, this has been quite an interesting pursuit so far.
Swerving hard,
It
though.
has. And Rudabeh, I wanted to point out, it looks like he's kind of fishtailing a little bit, or at least I think he may have, I think they may have had a good spike somewhere along
think
the
he's
way.
just
Now, this
drunk.
is a BMW. BMWs oftentimes come with run flat tires, which make spike strips difficult for law enforcement. But the way his car has been kind of fishtailing, either he's not driving it very well, or he has lost a tire, or is at least losing
not
some
lose a
air
tire.
in one of those tires. Again, very low speeds, now back to 15 miles an hour. And as you pointed out, Rudabeh, there was one point, and at some point we'll show it to you on the right side of your screen, that's a file from a little bit earlier, but where he was surrendered. He got out.
How the integrity.
They're going to terminate
he's
this
on the freeway.
pursuit, given the fact how hard they've been chasing it.
So they fell back.
They're asking right now if they want the airship to continue to monitor it, which it sounds like they were given the clearance to continue to monitor it. So they'll at least be in the area, but they have been told to terminate the pursuit. There is no night sun on it anymore, and the ground units that were chasing it have killed all their lights as well.
And he is fishtailing again.
Yeah.
It's pretty significant, pretty noticeable. And also, you talk about them terminating the pursuit. Also, the severity of the want is kind of surprising, right?
I am, and this is robbery. I mean, this is a robbery suspect. We don't
Robbery.
know the circumstances surrounding the robbery. I know that there was a point where somebody asked if a gun was involved, and somebody responded they didn't think so. So I don't know if if the wants got a little wobbly and they weren't able to, kind of track that down as well as maybe they thought they had it, and that's why they're backing off. But the speeds have been dangerous. The driving has certainly been dangerous. But once you see a couple of pit maneuvers and spike strips, the law enforcement doesn't generally back off after that. That kind of is
They definitely backed
Like
off.
he has a lot.
if there was another. We had wondered if there
He's
were
just
passengers in there. We had heard there
cruising
might
now.
be.
Okay, there's a
But they
cop.
never got out. Fishtailing again through the intersection.
Crash.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Well,
Horrible.
hopefully this will be the end of it. That wasn't too terrible of a crash.
That was pretty bad.
Okay, driver's out. Well, maybe not. Oh, it's still going.
Yet
man.
again.
You did
Throwing
it
the
again.
point off again.
I was hoping
hope
that
that
would've-
other car is okay. The people in that other car.
They're
I
okay,
know,
but
and I
they
was
got
hoping that would have
damaged.
disabled his car, but here we go. Lights and sirens again.
That sucks.
Looks like we're back into full-blown pursuit. This car can't have much left in it. Okay, we're out. He's not going to try to carjack this, is he?
Bro is
no.
running
Okay, good.
so
I was worried about
slow.
that car. Okay, off and running. I mean, he's not really even putting his heart into running.
Right.
They're going to catch him pretty quickly here, I think.
What
but
was that?
we'll
Bro-
see.
bro
You got
is
those
so
officers.
intoxicated,
Yeah, okay,
he
they're
can't
right
even
here.
run
They're taking
right.
him into custody. New Hampshire Avenue, Venice
Get a
Boulevard,
different
Harvard Heights.
angle.
Not far from where we started, but I
wanna see how they tackled him.
Really
That
kind of
sucks we didn't get to see
destructive
that.
path here, finally being taken into custody by those officers.
Yeah, and you wonder about the passenger
Yeah.
too. We kind of lost eyes on him, but we hope that the officers were
What
able
a
to
dumb
get
spot
that,
to just
that
park and-
passenger
and
too. And I'm sure
jog. He didn't
has
even
quite a
run
story
right.
to
He
tell as
jogged.
well.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised the passengers didn't get out earlier when all of this was going on, because he had
Did
a
he
couple
get
of
in the
opportunities
house?
to do that, but didn't. Now I see. Okay, they're code 6 with the driver. I couldn't tell if he went in or if they got him on the sidewalk there. Oh, they are inside the house.
Wow.
So the
Go to
guy
the
was able to
side.
run inside
Oh,
of
he
this
got
house
inside
here.
the house?
Yeah. So that's what they just said. The officer just got on the radio and said, "We're inside the house here, right under this light." So, and I can't. The house looks like kind of a. I can't. No, it's not abandoned. It just maybe a little bit run down. But yeah, they're
And
inside
no
of the
lights
house.
on. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like any lights are on inside the house.
Okay, so here's the officers. All look at the
Can't
front
believe
door.
they didn't get him
You got
before he
officers right
reached
there.
the house door because
see
he
their
was
flashlights.
slow.
Yeah, I wonder if he
But
was
no
able.
lights in the house.
Who cares
Yeah,
if there's
I
no
don't know if I can
lights?
see.
Like why would like
Yeah, you have like
what
a
does
blue
that have
light
to do
on
with
the front
anything?
porch. So they're setting up a perimeter. Ollie, go back wide a little bit. They're setting up a perimeter. I wonder if they're worried he was going to scoot out a back. Yeah, they're guiding that officer into the alley. I think they're worried the suspect.
He's
got out of
hiding
back
in the
door and ran
house?
into
Is
the
this-
house.
this for real?
So now they're setting up a perimeter. Man, I thought they had him.
Yeah,
He
I
was
did
so
too.
slow. How did he get the
did they
chance
make
to
contact
hide?
with him, or we couldn't really see because it was hidden under the trees there?
Yeah, we couldn't really see. The officers are inside. They've chased the guy inside of the home.
Oh, that was the passenger that got out.
And so
huh?
are they allowed to just go inside someone's home like that, Mike, when the suspect runs inside?
Yeah, they have,
Yeah, the
reasonable
passenger
suspicion
earlier.
that he obviously was the suspect in a crime, and not to mention potentially endangering the public that may be inside of that home. I'm not convinced that.
Oh, no,
home's not
he just
abandoned, though.
let
Maybe
that
just
guy
being
out.
taken over. I mean, this one
Right
behind
before
it's
he
all
did this.
dilapidated, no windows, things like that. So
And in the center there in the courtyard,
I
it
did
kind of
not
looks like
see
a
that
little
when
bit
we
of
were,
a homeless encampment or remnants of some sort of encampment
watching
just
this.
from what we can see from this far away. So, but interesting that he knew to go into that place. Makes you wonder if he is familiar with the location or if he just saw an
He's gotta be if he
opportunity
got in the
and
house,
darted
lady.
inside.
Ruta Bay,
Taking a look,
Ruta
look at
Air.
the right-hand side of the screen.
Okay, so there's a guy. He's in custody, but he's still fighting, and they need to go in
we
there
can't
and
see
hobble
that.
him. They
Maybe
say.
body cam will eventually come
So
out.
they've got
though.
two.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah. So that's, look at all those officers pouring
It was a-
inside
it
of
was
that
a
house
funny
right now.
scene.
So now they're putting it out as an officer needs help call, which means he's significantly fighting with the officers inside of that house. So that's why you
Wow.
saw them all run. And actually, Ollie, go straight in. Is that him right there on the patio? Okay, that may be him.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Okay, so they may have gotten two people.
Footage
there.
is
Okay.
way too grainy.
So it sounds like both suspects are in custody. So finally, this person is in custody, but it sounds like he put up a pretty decent fight with the officers after he ran inside. They asked certain officers to bring in a hobble, when the hobble essentially is when they tie their legs and arms, or legs and hands, feet and hands rather, together to keep them from thrashing around. So it looks like, yeah, this person put up a pretty decent fight when they were.
They're carrying him.
There
Look at
he
that.
is.
So they're carrying him out. He really didn't want to go to jail tonight.
Well, he is going to jail
He
today.
is, yeah, I mean, it kind of
he
didn't work
did
out that
because
well for
he
him
was,
because he was going to
he
jail.
was
But man, it looks like he put
breaking
up
a
quite
lot
the
of
fight to get out
laws.
of there. He's hogtied. They're dragging him they're carrying him back to one of the patrol cars where they'll put him in the back seat. But
Can't
sounds
even
like they got
see.
everybody in at Rudabay. I was just listening to it. Sounds like they got that passenger that took off originally too. So, everyone's going to be in custody on this one. It took some time and not without a fight.
Yeah, and a scary situation, not only for
So
the
he
people
had a
in
passenger the
cars
whole
on the road,
time.
but people, pedestrians
When he
in
was
downtown
pulled
LA
over,
and
the
those
passenger
officers who
didn't
didn't
get
really
out.
know what they were dealing with, whether this person was
Crazy.
armed, whether the passenger was armed, how many passengers he had in the car. So this was quite an interesting one, and a lot of false ends.
I'll give her that. It was interesting. Interesting chase. Let's see some of these comments. LEPD just let him go like that. They ended up catching him, but moral of the story, stay on the freeway and drive towards the border or to a different state, always free. I don't know. You're going to get caught with the license plate if you somehow get to a different state. Like, how's that going to help you? The border? You know how crowded the border is? You think they're going to let you in. What happened in studio? Sounds like someone tripped. Right. I know. That was pretty funny. It was the sound of journalistic integrity hitting rock bottom, right? Refund my tax dollars. Cops are getting paid overtime to be that incompetent. Does the city cover the damage of other cars? No, they don't. I'll tell you that right now. It takes 16 to 24 months. It's why they are not supposed to pit if it's at low speeds. Now everyone running is going to have to go into oncoming traffic again to get the cops to pick them up as soon as they stop because, helicopters. Insurance should cover some of it. If not, LA City and County should pay about... Okay, yeah, that's just hearsay. In most cases like this, I've seen the answer is typically no. Yeah, they don't. I do believe the suspect does tons of damage infrastructure in Monterey. Oh, they're going to try to get the suspect to do that, but the suspect ain't going to pay. And how do you get a criminal to pay that? Right? You don't. You can't. Okay. Yeah. So that's a problem. Anyway, guys, that was it for today. It was quite a chase. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back before you know it. I'm out.